Hi everyone, my name is Sima. Welcome back to my channel. This week's video is going to be a Queer Eye update. That's just a series where I talk about how my month has gone, but I go at it through the lens of the way the Queer Eye guys do it and kind of divide things into pillars. It's a series that's designed to make me at least actively think about myself and my choices and try to self-improve. We've been kind of up and down throughout the two-ish years I've been doing this now, but I still find it helpful. If you want to know more about the series, I'll pop a playlist somewhere on the screen. Today is July 12th, which, if you're familiar with this series, you'll know is a lot later than I usually do it. This video was supposed to go up last week, aka I was supposed to film it last week, and then I forgot it was the beginning of a new month, so I didn't film it and I filmed a different video. Sorry! That means the next Queer Eye update is probably only going to be in like 2 weeks. So, my bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm kind of an idiot. And my dog is here. Anyway, I just wanted to update you guys about why this video is late, why it's going up on July 13th instead of when it was supposed to, which would have been a week ago, so like July 5th or 6th or something. Sorry, my bad. I will do better. I'm very sleepy. I don't know if you guys can tell, so let's just jump right in. Let's just start with Bobby. So, house cleaning stuff. I don't have a whole lot to say. I've just been sort of like tidying here and there, but I've really had so little energy that it's kind of become a mess down here. I feel really bad about it. I really want to do like a good proper clean where I put stuff away, but I just like haven't had the energy, and then I think about doing it and it's just like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I want to. I don't like living like this. I feel embarrassed when people come downstairs, but it's like, I can't. And I want to. I want to try so badly, but I can't. I did clean my makeup brushes, which I don't know if this goes here or later in the grooming section, but I did do that, so yay me. And I also washed the rug by the door because it was just dirty, and also Luna likes to like she does that dog thing where you like will dig at something and like she'll circle and dig, but when she does that really like frequently, it eventually like starts to wear on the tape that holds the carpet down, and so the carpet had actually become unstuck from the ground, which meant that every time she did it, it would crumple. And so I figured doing a clean now and then taping it back down would just be like a logical thing to do instead of just trying to like unfold it every time and then have whatever was stuck in it also just go flying every time she paws at it. So I cleaned it. I haven't stuck it back down yet, but I did clean it, so that's a step in the right direction. I guess also a house thing that's like less related to my own actions, but I did deal with it, was we had like a bunch of maintenance issues that had to be done, and I was kind of, usually my other roommate handles a lot of that stuff, but I feel like I actually did a good job of like making phone calls, being home, directing people, getting them to fix a bunch of our problems. So I kind of like took a step on that front, which was kind of nice. So I did some things. Moving on to Antoni, so like food, drink, etc. I officially have signed up for a keto meal kit. I am only 2 weeks into that, so technically that's more of a July thing than a June thing, so like my bad. Again, that's kind of due to how late this video is. But I kind of just decided that I'm just having such a hard time with energy and focusing and like just like having time for things that I was just eating really poorly because I just like would keep ordering in. And so I figured if I'm going to pay to order in anyway, I might as well, like the reason I would never sign up for these meal kits is I was like, well, it's just cheaper to like buy groceries and make my own food. But I was like, I'm not doing that anyway. I might as well kind of find a middle ground, which is not as expensive as getting takeout every week, but not as obviously as affordable as making my own meals every week. And at least until my energy starts to come back, do that. So right now we are doing the meal kits for the foreseeable future until I don't want to do that anymore, or I feel like I have the energy to actually start cooking myself again, because like I really can't right now. Like eating sometimes feels like a chore. Like I just have like negative energy. My dog is eating one of my slippers. I'm gonna stop doing that. We are doing with my roommates the getting fresh farm veggies again. We've been doing that for about a month too. So I got some potatoes and some like beets and turnips and such. I have directed them to now for the next couple ones just give me as many not root vegetables as possible, just because I'm trying to do the keto thing again, and obviously like you can't really eat root vegetables on keto, so I'm trying to kind of steer them towards giving me not that stuff, which has been going well so far. Again, we're only like 2 weeks into it, so we'll see. But I've really enjoyed that. Like the farm fresh vegetables thing is the thing I really like doing with my roommates. It's nice to get farm vegetables, and they're fresh and they're tasty and they just feel real and like less, I don't know. It's just nice to support like local farms and get like good quality vegetables in return. And then I never have drink updates for this segment, but I actually have a drink update. Somebody near me was giving away a bunch of those like a Keurig machine and then like a Cuisinart branded like Keurig machine. Like it still took like Cuisinart like K-Cup pods. And so I got the Cuisinart one. and it's in my house, and it comes with like a reusable pod thing that you can just like refill with coffee grounds. And reader, I may finally become a coffee person. Every single time I've ever attempted to use a fucking coffee machine, every single time I have attempted to use a coffee machine, I fuck it up somehow. I fuck it up. And I just find like waiting for shit to boil really irritating. So like even like instant coffee, I'm just like, this is annoying. But this shit is like just plugged in at all times, and so your water is just always boiled. And it's like, it's so nice. It's so fucking nice. Girl, I may become a coffee and tea person. It's like, I never thought I'd say that. I still don't think it's totally doable, but it's like, it's more in the realm of possibility. Like ever since getting this machine, I've had more coffee since getting this machine than probably like in that week than I have in the entire year previous. So nice. I don't think coffee works on me. Like I generally do not feel more awake, but it gives me this like weird like psychological effect of like, if I drink a coffee, I feel like I'm like, even though I'm like dying at like 10 a.m. because 10 a.m. is early for me, I feel like psychologically I feel like less like I need to go back to bed. Like I'm drinking coffee, so I'm like, I have no reason to want to go back to bed. I still want to. Like it doesn't actually give me any energy. Like I've had coffee at like 2 in the morning. It does not wire me at all. But there's like a psychological effect where I'm like, okay, I've had coffee. I'm in business mode now. That's it. That's all. Let's move on to tan. So like outfits, fashion, etc. So I feel like I've mentioned this before. The post-COVID weight gain has been real. I'm in like a very bad state. I feel like, yeah, I don't feel good. I feel kind of bad. So a lot of my clothes, like bottoms specifically, don't fit me anymore, but I don't want to like pay for like good bottoms because I'm hoping that I can lose it quickly because it came on so quickly. I don't know why I'm talking like this. This stuff just makes me uncomfortable, but I also want to be honest because that's kind of what the series is about. So I went to like Old Navy and I got some like cheaper bottoms to at least tide me over through the summer because I don't want to like buy like nice stuff because I'm hoping I will not need it for a long period of time. But I did need to get something to kind of manage in that time period because the stuff I currently had was just like super uncomfortable and I was just like, not having a good time and not feeling good. So I needed like just stuff that fit. But I'm hoping the fact that it's not stuff that I'm hoping the fact that it's not stuff that I'm gonna need for a long time, which is why I didn't like invest a lot into it. Luna, stop eating the slippers. Hey, no, stop it. Why are you eating my simply nailogical hollow taco slippers? I literally just got you a Stranger Things toy. Hello. Hi, Luna. I'm also having an issue with how hot it is. It is just too fucking hot. Everything makes me sweat. I'm having a bad time. We don't have AC in this house and it's a struggle. It is a struggle. I can't wait for the fall. Fuck everybody who says summer is their favorite season. You are deranged. I don't like you. I don't respect you. Just put on a sweater when the weather is cold. Just put on a sweater. You have options. I do not. I cannot peel my skin off. I cannot physically get any cooler than I already am. And how cool am I? Not very much. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just like in a mood. I said last month I was thinking about getting new bras. I still haven't done that yet, but I think I might have to do it for September because I'm gonna actually have to go out into the world when school starts. So I cannot just like pass by on like no bras and bralettes. I will need like actual like support. So, hi Mimi. Where's your baby? I love my baby girl. I love my Luna so much. I'm so distracted in this video. But yeah, I will have to get bras, but I haven't done that yet. Moving on to JVN, so like grooming, makeup, styling, hair. As you can see, I definitely still need to get my brows done. Still haven't done that. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but hopefully before school, but who knows. Other thing, my hair. My hair is doing this weird thing this month where I feel like it's holding a curl not as strongly, and it also just feels a lot like flatter. Like, I don't know what's going on with it. Like, nothing I've done in my routine has changed. It just feels like something, I don't know if it's the weather or like what is going on, but I just feel like I was having, and like this still is like pretty like boingy, but like I just feel like I was having better luck with my hair holding its curl, and now it hasn't. One of the things I'm suspecting is I opened a new bottle of gel. It's the same brand as the gel I was using before, like the exact same one, but like it feels liquidier in this bottle, so I don't know if it's something like off on the gel or something that's making it just not work as well. But I don't think that's the main issue because I feel like even before I switched the gel, the hair was feeling flat. So I don't know if it's just like an imbalance of like protein to moisture or something. I'm not super sure, but I know when I like in all of the reading I've done on like curly hair maintenance and such, it's usually like either your hair's not enough moisture or too much moisture, or not enough protein or too much protein. So I feel like maybe one of those things is off. I just have to figure out what, but it's just a bummer because yeah, my hair is just flat. I don't like it. I don't like when my hair is flat. I finally have embraced having big hair, and then when it's not big, I'm like, what is this? And that just makes me want to straighten it, because I'm like, if you're gonna be flat, you might as well be straight. It's irritating. One thing I'm super excited about is I finally did a Menagerie Cosmetics order. I've been wanting to order from Menagerie for like 2 years straight, because they have this beautiful palette called their Whale Song palette, and if you know anything about me, you know I have to have that palette. But every time I go to get it, it's sold out. I've been on their like, please notify me when back in stock for the Whale Song palette for years, and every time I manage to miss it. They're like an indie company, so obviously they don't do like huge stocks, but I finally caught a restock, and I bought that palette and another palette, and then a blush palette, and then a bunch of liquid lipsticks. I went a little bit ham, but in my defense, I was like, I've been waiting for this for so long, and it's an indie company, and their products just look really good, and I'm so fucking excited for it to get here. I'm like so excited. I cannot explain to you how excited I am for this. Like, I'm stoked. I'm so stoked. I'm just glad they have like a maximum order amount. Like, you can't order more than a certain amount. It doesn't let you. So my initial cart was over that amount, and they were like, you have to get some stuff out of your cart. So I did, and I'm glad they have that in place, because I was like not in my right mind, and my order might have been much bigger had they not been like, hey, we have a maximum package size, which is 3 pounds, and we have a maximum order. I don't think I out hit the weight, but I did hit the maximum order amount, dollar amount, but that I'm not gonna mention. But I hit it, and they were like, if you want to order more than X amount, just make another order. And I wasn't gonna do that, obviously, because I don't want to pay shipping twice. Nothing pisses me off more than that, but I was just like, okay, fine. I will remove some things. So I removed like a highlighter, I removed some lipsticks, I removed a couple other things to get it under the threshold. So thank you, Menagerie, for making me make responsible. It wasn't a responsible choice, but a more responsible choice. My nails look pretty empty, but I did paint them. You can see like the remnants on this. It's like a yellow color, and then I put like one of the Holo Taco unicorn skins on top. So it became like this yellow with like a kind of pinkish flip. It was very nice. It's just all come off now, and I haven't repainted them yet. But I did repaint my nails, like I said I wanted to do last month. I just have to do it again. My nails also all broke, which is kind of sad. They're very short now, which is upsetting to me. I know last month I said I was really struggling, because I wasn't struggling, but I was just sad that I had missed the Holo Taco collaboration with Julian Solomita. I finally bought it from somebody, not for $300, because that's what everybody was selling it for on eBay. This was still more than I would have gotten it for had I just bought it off the website, but it was not as outrageous as other people were asking it for, so I jumped on it just because I'd had so many other offers where people who were going to sell it for like not a jacked up price, like just as the price that it was, fall through, that I was like, okay, this is the only, like, even though this is still like an upcharge, I will grab it, because I'm tired of looking for this set, and I just want to get it. And that has taught me a lesson, which is don't be responsible, just buy things as soon as you want them, because if you try to wait, they will sell out, and then you will have to pay more money anyway, so there's no point in being responsible. This is not financial advice, this is just the way my brain works. I mentioned this earlier, I did clean all my makeup brushes. I'm very proud of myself for that. I was on like a call with Elaine while I did it, and it took forever, but they're all clean now, which is nice, because every time my makeup brushes are clean, my makeup just looks so much better, which is like, yeah, like 2 + 2 = 4, no shit, but every time I do it, it's a revelation. I'm like, oh wow, my eyeshadow looks so much less muddy when I'm not using dirty brushes to do it. I mean, my teeth are the same as before, could be doing way better, but I'm at least doing the rinses, so it is what it is. Moving on to Karamo, so he's like social stuff, hobbies, I don't know, purse, like just like culture, psychological stuff, everything else, usually the bulk of these videos. Last month I said there was a missing bag that had some stuff in it that I was looking for, but I thought I'd thrown out. I still haven't found it. I'm pretty sure I've thrown it out. It just the bag does not exist. It's gone now. I'm trying not to think about it. It's still really upsetting to me, and I can't let it go, but I have to let it go. She's gone. I'm sad about it. Mental health, if it has not been clear in this video, has been bad, hashtag awful, not good. Not even like active, like sometimes I'm like actively bad, where I'm like, oh, I feel really depressed or really anxious or really sad. I just don't feel like anything, but I also feel like really frazzled, and I feel really just like everything is too much effort. Like I can't do anything, and I don't know how much of that is like physically I feel incapable of doing things, and then how much of it is like psychologically I feel incapable of doing things. And I'm finding it really hard to like parse like those different things. Also, Technoblade died, and I've been struggling with that. I've had other people I've like looked up to or like been a fan of like pass away before. Like obviously I was a Glee fan when Karamo and Bobby passed, for example. And so like I understand, like I've had this happen before, but this is like the first time I think it's really like hit me. I feel like when I was young enough when Karamo and Bobby died, where I was like, oh, he was young, but he was still older than me, so I was kind of like, okay, well, I don't know, stuff happens, right? And I was still young enough too that it was kind of like, even though I like had all the anxieties about death that I currently do now, it was less of like the idea of it happening to me didn't feel possible. And like obviously I don't want to make someone's death about me, but I have like very long-standing issues about like with death. And so him passing away just kind of like intensified a lot of the anxieties. Like obviously it was like really sad. Like I have been, Luna, stop. I've been grieving like him as a person and the idea of him and like the fact that someone who's so good is gone from the world like way too soon. But then it's also like it really amplified a lot of my personal anxieties about death and how like it's inevitable, but it's also like you don't know when it's gonna happen to you, and so it just really freaks me out in that way. And so like one of the things with him is just how young he was, right? Like he was younger than me. I was born in 1995, he was born in 1999. So it's like, okay, if this can happen to somebody who is like this young and this seemingly healthy and full of potential and did so many cool things for the world, like I don't know, it's gotten into my head in a weird way. And then I'm also just like sad about it because he was just like such a cool dude. And I also feel like I like, in a way, I feel like I didn't get enough time with him because I became a fan of him so much later in his career. And I don't know if it's like, I think that, I don't want to say it's better or worse that if you've been a fan of him for like 6 years, because like obviously like it's bad either way. It just, I feel like it's bad in different ways. And I don't want to be like talk over like somebody who is like, okay, yeah, I've been a fan of this person for like half my life or whatever. But it's just, it's hard, it's weird. I feel it hasn't been good. Like I've never cried over celebrity deaths before, but I like cried over this a bunch of different times. Like not like full on sobbing, because that's just not a thing I do, but just like definitely like tears. Like definitely tears. Watching the video his dad posted like got me really bad. So like, yeah, I don't know. It's been rough dealing with that. I've been trying to process, and it's one of those things that it has gotten easier as time has gone on, and I think it's also like, I don't know, I feel so really grateful to his family for like sharing his final kind of wishes and moments and such with us, because they didn't have to do that, right? Like they just lost their son, brother, etc. Like they didn't need to do that, and they did. And I feel very, like you can see where Techno got it from, you know, that like giving nature of his and the strength that he had. Like the thing I think with Techno's death that really got me was it was like I did not expect, like even when he said he had cancer, I fully was like he's gonna be fine, because I was like, okay, well he's Technoblade, right? Like nothing is gonna happen to him, because he was just so like chill about it, you know, like the way he talked about it, you would have thought he had like, I don't know, like IBS. Like it was so like jokes at his own expense, jokes at other people's expense, but like very much just like chill, like, you know, like not serious, not at all. Like you wouldn't have known if he hadn't said anything that anything was wrong because of the way he talked about it. Like it was just so blasé that it was like when the news was announced, it was such a shock to me, because it like literally never crossed my mind. Like I knew it was cancer, and I knew it was like what kind of cancer it was, but I was still like, it's like fine, I'm sure it's super curable and whatever. Like I didn't look into like, I don't know, like survival rates and such for that form of cancer, because the way he talked about it, I was like, it's such a sure thing that he's gonna be okay. And like obviously part of that was for like us, and part of that I'm sure for him was like a coping mechanism, right? Like you don't want to like stare down your own mortality like right in the face. But I don't know, I've been processing it. It's gotten easier, I think, as like a time has gone on, but yeah, I don't know. And then I feel like kind of stupid about it, because it's like, okay, obviously I didn't know him. I didn't like, I'm acting like somebody I knew died, and I didn't know him. I knew like the idea of him and what he presented, but I don't think that makes it any, like obviously I can't like, I didn't know him intimately, and I didn't know him the way his like family knew him, obviously, and I can't say that I'm grieving with like, the depth that his family is, but I'm trying to shut down the part of me that thinks this is stupid, because like it's not, you know, like he was a person, and he was a person that meant a lot to a lot of people, including me. And I think it's okay, even if you didn't know someone personally, to be upset when they're gone, especially when they're gone in a way that feels really unfair and sudden and unexpected. Anyway, let's move on. A bit depressing, really depressing. Streaming is going good, but my schedule's been super out of whack, and it's been really upsetting to me, because I like to have a schedule. Like I liked having like a maintainable stream schedule, but it's been really hard with how bad my sleep has gotten. I finished Outlast 2, I'm playing FNAF now on Saturdays, and I finished the first one. Well, I didn't finish it, but I haven't gotten past night. I finished the, like for 5 nights. I haven't gotten past night 6, and then FNAF 2, I'm still trying to beat night 3. So things are going. So yeah, FNAF's been really fun. I've been enjoying it. It's like, I like it because it's like pretty simple in terms of mechanics. Like once you get it down, you just have to like once you know what you have to do, you just have to execute it, which I find fun, because it's something I can like see myself actively getting better at, and I can see like the light at the end of the tunnel. One of the things I found very frustrating about Outlast 2 in particular, like I didn't feel it as much with Outlast 1, because I felt like it kind of was less frustrating in that way. But Outlast 2 especially was like, it was like the plot was really interesting, kind of, except when I thought the plot was kind of stupid. But when the plot was good, it was really compelling. But I found the actual gameplay really frustrating in the sense that it was like, it didn't feel like it required me to like get better, if that made sense. It just felt like I had to keep doing it until I figured it out in a way that was like annoying. Like it was like, oh, you're in a maze, you can't see shit, just like stumble around until you accidentally fall into the answer, which I didn't find as like I found it very frustrating as a game mechanic, whereas like a game mechanic where I can see myself constantly like once I know what I have to do, I just have to keep trying until I get it. I find that more rewarding because you act like once you get it, there's like a feeling of accomplishment. Whereas I felt like oftentimes in Outlast, when I finally got something, I didn't feel accomplished. I was just like, are you kidding? That was what I had to do? That's so stupid. Like, how did I miss that? Or really, that was the answer? Or why can't it be this? You know, like, it was just frustration and not like, fuck, finally, like, which is how I felt when I beat Night 4 in Original FNAF and Night 5 in Original FNAF, and how I'm sure I'm gonna feel once I beat Night 3 in FNAF 2, is I'm gonna be like, fuck, finally, I did it, you know? So, anyway, I know that I was also worried about like the remote play connection. My brother brought me an Ethernet cord. I don't know if it's helping or not, but at least like psychologically, I feel like maybe the connection's stronger. I'm hoping it helps. So that's been good. I did have a doctor's appointment. I discussed a bunch of things with my doctor. I have a couple other things I have to discuss with her, but I'm gonna do that in person when we have a follow-up appointment, which isn't gonna be, I think, probably until like near the end of July, just because it has to be an in-person appointment. And I have to do a blood test beforehand, but for some reason the blood test has to be at 8 a.m. And so none of the labs near me had anything available in that frame until like July 22nd, where I found one lab that's not even close to me. Like the 3 labs closest to me just didn't have anything available, but it's a little bit further. They had one slot at 8:10 a.m., which I'm assuming the 10 minutes is not really gonna matter, hopefully, but I booked that one, and so that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I'm doing that. We discussed if my antidepressants are working. I still don't know, which is hard because she's always like, well, do you want to try something else? And I'm like, I don't know, because I don't want to have like a bad reaction to something. Like I'd rather this where I'm not really having a reaction than have like a bad reaction to something. But I'm also like, I don't know if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like I wish there was like a more clear explanation of like how you're supposed to feel when your antidepressants are doing what they have to do. I don't know, I can't tell. I switched nasal sprays to a different one because I felt like my other one wasn't working as well as I wanted it to. The only problem is this new one has like this really disgusting like taste and smell, and sometimes it ends up in my throat, and when it ends up in my throat I start coughing really hard. It's just like not a good time. Like I do feel like it does its job better, but it also is just like so much worse of an experience. Like I hate taking it, whereas the other one I didn't really like. Taking it was like nothing. It was very neutral because it didn't taste like anything. This one tastes like noxious is the only word I can think of to describe it, but it does seem to be working, so we'll see. So my friend Browen, her household has a Mervish subscription, and she's in Italy, so she gave me the Cursed Child ticket that came with her Mervish subscription, so I went to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child again, which first off, fuck J.K. Rowling, fuck TERFs, but I did go to see it because I was like, well, the ticket, regardless of whether or not someone is in the seat, the ticket has been ticketed. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go see it. And I did, in 2018 when I saw the play, I enjoyed it, okay, sorry. I know that's kind of, like, even before all the TERF shit, it was kind of controversial to be like, I like Cursed Child, but like, okay, I'm sorry, I like the Cursed Child. I still like the Cursed Child. I will give her less of the credit and give it to the other people that worked on the play. And like, I don't care about the plot being kind of a bit weird. I don't care if it breaks the rules of time travel, okay, I don't give a shit. I think the characterizations are really fucking good. Sorry if that's controversial. And I just love Scorpius Malfoy. Like, what do you want me to do about it? Scorpius in that play, show-stopping, brilliant, never been done before. Albus, I just fucking love him. He's my favorite Potter. I'm sorry, he's my favorite Potter. I love him, okay, I'm sorry. And just like Draco in that play. Oh, he's so good. It's just so good. I'm sorry I like the play, okay? Fuck TERFs, fuck J.K. Rowling. I wish we could like take it away from her, but I like the play. I'm sorry, I can't pretend I didn't. I'm not gonna lie, okay? So it was really good. It was kind of interesting because when I saw it in New York, obviously it was like pre-pandemic, so it was like the 2-parter. And like, I'm gonna be honest, I like the 2-parter more. Which to my understanding, I think they're still doing the 2-parter version. Like everywhere else, they're doing this version. Like I know New York and stuff are doing the 1 part now. But I know in London, they're still doing the 2 parts. And I know in Hamburg, Germany, they're also still doing the 2 parts. Not that I think you should go see it, because again, we should not be giving J.K. Rowling money right now. Maybe not ever again. Like if she's selling like renounced reviews and it didn't seem like totally disingenuous, maybe. But I doubt that. Like I don't see that happening. She's pretty down the rabbit hole. Anyway, I will say, somebody who saw the 2 parts, I prefer the 2 parts. Okay, I think it had more room to breathe. I had more room to actually like address a lot of the stuff the play wants to address, which is like the relationship between Albus and Harry and the relationship between Albus and Scorpius. And then also like kind of as a side tangent, like the relationship between Draco and Scorpius. Like it's very much a play about Albus and Scorpius, but then also the relationship between fathers and sons and just generally parents and children, because that kind of like I guess also ties into like the Delphi thing. Anyway, if you are not following, I'm sorry. So I think the 2-parter had a lot more room to breathe. It had a lot more room to like address all of those topics with more nuance. The 1-parter does feel like it's kind of like rushing to get you from place to place to place as fast as it can. The one thing I think the shorter version actually does well, and is something I hope, I don't know if it has, but I'm hoping it has actually gotten changed in the longer versions too, is actually feel like the shorter version, they stopped trying to like aggressively make Scorpius and Albus, but like both, but basically both the boys, but I feel like it's more apparent in Scorpius's changes. They stopped trying to make them heterosexual, if that makes sense. They change a lot of the lines, like a lot of the stuff Scorpius says about Rose and like building a palace of love with her and having a crush on her. They changed that into him just really wanting her to be friends with him, and they kind of, I feel like, more fully engaged with the idea that like Albus and Scorpius are the most important people to each other, and that they've always kind of had like homo-romantic vibes, but I think they engage with that in the shorter version more in a way that I feel like the longer version kind of dances around. I feel like it's harder to deny that's what's happening in the shorter version, because they're very apparent about it. Like it's not subtle. Anyway, it's cute. It's cute. That's all I can say. I also do find it interesting that I know in a lot of and this is like pre-pandemic, like ages ago, like, and even after she started being turfy, but like again before the pandemic made this show shorter, a lot of the Scorpius actors, I don't say a lot, but I know at least like 2 I feel like have been like in different productions, have been like trans and non-binary and such, which I find very interesting considering the everything of it all. I do feel bad that they clearly care so much about like this character and their storylines, but it's also associated with this like horrible anyway. I'm gonna stop talking about it. I enjoyed the play. It was fun to see. I was glad I was able to see, because I really wanted to see the Toronto production when it was first announced, and then obviously like when the Turf Queen really took the full mask off, I obviously was like, okay, well I guess I can't go see it now because that would suck. So it was nice to be able to actually see it and then not feel like guilty about it, but stop it, Luna. I do feel bad though, because I really can't like in good conscience like encourage anybody else to go see it, but I did enjoy it, I'll be honest with you. Steam sale happened, but a lot of video games. I'm very excited to play them. Don't know how, like, when I'm gonna get to like have the time to, but I'm excited to. I said last month I missed Tumblr and I haven't been back since I got COVID, which was like end of March, beginning of April, and now it's like mid-July. Still haven't gone back, but I do miss it. I do miss my Tumblr comrades. I do want to go back. We'll see. Maybe school will make me go back. Nothing made me ignore my life more than school did, so we'll see. I said I wanted to watch The Umbrella Academy and Stranger Things last month. Still haven't done that, so I'm in a time. I want to, but I'm just like, both of those shows have me concerned, because I've said before, I think, that Stranger Things, I feel like Will is my favorite character, and I feel like they've done Will dirty lately. And then with Umbrella Academy, I've heard really worrying things about the way they treat Alice in this season, and she's one of my favorite characters, so I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'm not feeling eager to dive into it. I need to book therapy again. I had therapy a couple times and it was good. Then we had another one of those things where I didn't, like, the session ended before we were able to book because we just ran long. And so I need to contact my therapist and be like, hey, can I have another appointment, please? And thank you. I have to do that. Sleep is bad, like I said. I have a 5 Seconds of Summer show in like a week-ish, so I'm excited about that. It's like a pre-pandemic show that got postponed a bunch, so it's finally happening. Excited. I miss my boys. We're looking for a new roommate, like I said, because one of my roommates is moving to New Jersey for school. We met a couple people, they were nice. We're looking at other people. I had a bit of a like disproportionate, okay, so here's the thing. 2 of the people that contacted me that were interested had pets. One of them had a Dalmatian, one of them had a cat, and I really wanted them to move in, one or the other, but obviously like, we are a democratic household, and so I understood the reservations my other roommates had about having more pets in the house, because Luna's big and she's a bit of a handful, and like having another pet, even if they're small, is kind of, you know, a bit of an issue. But as somebody who like really wants a second pet and has been like longingly looking at like pet services, like animal service listings for like 3 months straight, it was a bit of a sad letdown. Like basically it affected me way more than it should have. It should have just been like an okay, whatever. And like, but I was just like really bummed out about it, which sucks. But especially because I'm starting school, I really want Luna to have a friend, and I thought especially a Dalmatian would be like a good fit for her. But I also understand having two bigger, Luna's a big dog. A Dalmatian is smaller than Luna, but still like comparatively a big dog would probably not be practical. But it did make me sad, I will admit. I really want her to have a friend. I feel bad, especially with school starting. I feel like I'm gonna be so busy and I'm not gonna have enough time for her, and I feel bad. Maybe I'll have to just get her like, I don't know, a dog walker or something to give her more enrichment than I can once I start school. I don't know, we'll see. I just saw my friends for Mickey's birthday. That was really fun. Met some people, very fun. Had a good time. It was funny because I was being super socially awkward about it, and then who is a friend of Mickey's, like, Gus is one of my friends now too. I don't know how friendships work. I'm always one of those people that like doesn't know if I'm friends with somebody until they explicitly like confirm to me that we are friends. Otherwise, I'm always gonna be like, this friend of mine's friend, until they come to tell me we are also friends. I will always be like, okay, you're not actually my friend though, because I'm like weirdly insecure about it. But he was really nice to me at the party when I was being antisocial and insecure and sitting in a little corner by myself. He like invited me to come sit with him and other people and actually like join conversations, which was very nice. Like, if you're one of those people that like invites like awkward, introverted, shy people into conversations, like, you are one of the greatest people on God's good earth. Shout out to you. Thank you for existing. And then I think the other thing I need to do is, I had a bunch of meetings, like I said, last month with regards to school and school starting. And one of the things I was recommended to do was read at least the first half of this book, if not the whole thing. So I was gonna buy the book, and then I realized they have it at the Toronto Public Library, which means I have to return my very overdue Toronto Public Library books and then get the book and read that before school starts, which is the thing I need to do. So we'll see if I do that. I think that's it. I'm sorry this has been so rambly and not super focused. My goals for whatever's left of July are to keep tidying, to keep preparing for school, keep eating healthy, paint my nails again, keep working out, try to brush my teeth more. And then I know last month I said I was gonna get a massage and then I didn't. So maybe try to book a massage before school starts. I think that would be good for me. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. I think I'm gonna wrap this video up. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you want to follow me on other social platforms, you can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, and of course on Twitch. And if you want to hang out with me in other videos, I post new videos every Wednesday, so please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all next week. Bye!